watching Moon News with your hosts, Solly Wagatray and Unit PXL97. Moon News, the only moon-based station covering Earth events, broadcasting in 6,918 languages. Get a truly outside perspective.
Good day, people of Earth. I am Unit PXL97, and this is Moon News US. World population is now 6,920,948,597 humanoids. US population is now 311,430,180 humanoids. In the United States, there is an estimated one birth every 8 seconds, one death every 12 seconds.
Why, that's a net gain of one Earthling every 14 seconds.
Yes, the humanoids are reproducing at an alarming rate.
Good morning. We would like to thank our viewers for tuning in on this glorious Memorial Day weekend. Majestica in the Weather Center will have the forecast, but first, let's get the headlines.
Obama signs extension of Patriot Act. Democrats win New York 26th District over Medicare debate. Taliban announces spring offensive against US-led coalition in Afghanistan. Western leaders meet at G8 summit to discuss Arab Spring. US House votes next week on ending involvement in Libya. Deadly tornadoes sweep the US.
This morning, in our special reports, Earthlings turn their attention towards a trivial event of public ceremony, and preacher reschedules apocalypse again.
First, let's head over to the lovely Majestica Fuentes in our Weather Center.
Hi everyone, I'm Majestica Fuentes with a look at your national forecast. We still have some high elevation snow in the west. The biggest threat for severe weather will be in the Dakotas into Minnesota. There's an eastward bound thunderstorm, so we're going to keep an eye on this area. The folks in Texas and Oklahoma have some rain showers in their forecast this week as well. And take a look at how hot it's in here. It certainly feels way above 100 in those areas. And it's going to be in 90s in this area on Tuesday and Wednesday. Whoa, that's a lot. You know the pools are going to be absolutely packed, so party girls! Temperatures 10 to 20 degrees above average, which means 70s and 80s across upstate New York and New England, and 90s for New York City and the Mid-Atlantic. You're going to want to dig out that bikini, girls! But sorry, no pool time for the people in the Northwest. It will be 10 to 20 degrees below average. Well, take the kids to the indoor pool instead. Have a safe and happy Memorial Day, Earthlings. That's all for US weather. Back to Wagatray in the newsroom.
Thanks, Majestica. First up tonight, the British and the American media couldn't stop talking about President Obama's insult of British custom.
To Her Majesty, the Queen, to the vitality of the special relationship between our peoples, and, in the words of Shakespeare, to this blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this England, to the Queen.
Most humanoids know you are not supposed to talk during God Save the Queen, but US leader Obama did not realize this. God Save the Queen. It is an anthem used in a number of Commonwealth realms and British Crown dependencies.
It is traditionally unacceptable for Earthlings to speak during the song, for they believe it is of such importance that to make an utterance while it's being played is disrespectful to the monarch.
Some of the Earthlings were very upset and preoccupied with this event.
God Save the Queen. I mean, it's a national anthem. You shut up.
It always amazes me what this humanoid says.
Rush Limbaugh. He is an American radio talk show host, conservative political commentator, and an opinion leader in conservative politics. Because of his parents' desire to see him attend college, he enrolled in Southeast Missouri State University, but left the school after 2 semesters. Michelle Obama also made a blunder in formality and etiquette while attending the Royal Palace.
She didn't curtsy to the Queen. I guess she touched the Queen, which used to get you beheaded. You know, they would behead the Irish, Garrett. I don't know whether you remember, for anything. But you could get beheaded if you were English for actually touching the Queen when you're not supposed to.
The First Lady touching the Queen's back? Once again, I fail to see why the Earthlings pay so much attention to trivial matters.
Next up for our special report, we have the rescheduling of the apocalypse.
If you haven't already heard, a small group of Earthlings believe that the Christian Bible predicted the world would come to an end this weekend.
We were convinced that on May 21, God would return here in a very physical way, that is, by bringing a great earthquake and by ushering in the final 5 months of the Day of Judgment.
There is, however, no evidence that God returned to Earth.
The fact is, when we look at it spiritually, then we find He did come. He did come.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm confused. I thought the rumor was that He had announced a new date for the rapture.
There's not a new date. There's not a new date. We've already been talking again and again about the end of the world being October 21 in 2011. October 21. But we have not emphasized that because the first down payment, or the beginning of it, was the fact that we would see all of these things happening and usher into a 5 months period of very, very terrible time.
In 2009, Camping's nonprofit reported in IRS filings that it received $18.3 million in donations and had assets of more than $104 million, including $34 million in stocks or other publicly traded securities.
Wow, that's a lot of money. And once again, another week has passed in Earthling news.
I have calculated that the humanoids have an 18% chance of survival, down 0.5% from last week.
And to end this week's show, we would like to leave you with a clip. The revolution will not be televised, by the godfather of rap, Gil Scott-Heron. He died Friday in New York. He was 62 years old.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.